we can have it all in life, but our conditioning or programming make us believe that it's not possible, or you have to work hard, or, many things you have to believe. And prosperity for me, it's to be in this flow of creation, of abundance, not having any blocks or barrier or anything in between where your visions, your dream, the big picture, because we all have life missions.
Hi, welcome to our show. I have honor to have my guest, Fabienne Louis. Fabienne, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you today.
I want to share Fabienne's genius with you. Fabienne is an intuitive healer and personal transformation expert, certified in both medical intuition and Qigong. Her mission is to teach her clients how to use their innate abilities to fulfill their dreams and create a life they desire. Her own battle with the life-altering burnout led her unearth her innate healing capacities, eliminating exhaustion, pain, and information that nobody could find an answer for. This journey did more than just restore her. It's unveiled her true calling. Fabienne has since dedicated her life to empowering individuals and solopreneurs worldwide. Based on my journey, I do see turning points and transitions and aha moment to let go something. You have a profound journey yourself. I would like to learn more about your journey if you don't mind sharing.
So for me, it was a very long journey. It took me many decades and a very strong burnout where I really thought I was going to die.
Oh,
To be, this wake up call and to understand that I'm wired differently than everybody else. I found out I was highly sensitive to energy of people. So most of my time I was living in someone else's body, seeing their pain and wanted to fix their issue, and their problem was my problem. And I didn't know who I was, and I was trying just to fit in this life, being married, kids, and I said, oh, okay, I have all this, I will be happy. And it never happened. I was always looking, searching for who I am, why I came to this life, why I'm not happy, why this and that, until my body started to break down in pieces. And I really got so scared. I was like, what's wrong with me? Why I'm doing something wrong? Everybody seems to be happy, to find happiness, to be successful. Why I can't get that, and it was all my life. Something is wrong with me. I remember one night, I really thought I was going to die. I was so sad with universe, whatever. I didn't know how to explain that, but I was like, am I going to die? And this kind of voice knowing came back. It was always in my head all the time, like two voices in my head, and said, yeah, I mean, it's an option. You're on this path. If you don't change anything, you're going right there. Or you can take this other path and listen to your intuition, listen to who you are, follow your dreams. You came to this life of something bigger. Or you are not playing this role. And yeah, if you don't want to exit now, you have to take this path. And it's when I'm like, okay, I don't have a choice right now. I'm just going to follow this voice for once, because for this year I was trying not to listen to it because I was most of the time in trouble, picking up from people so much information, and people asking me, how do you know that? It's so obvious to me, like you don't see that, like, and so I really follow this guidance, and I was guided to do some practices, to meditate, to find myself, and to be on this journey of discovering who I was and remembering my first years, my 7, 8 years where life was beautiful at this age. Everything was so easy. I was in nature. I could see that when I was around humans, it was like, oh, dark and sometimes feeling their emotions. And when I was in nature, everything seems, expansive, full on everything. I mean, I tried to fit in to do whatever I thought I was supposed to do in this life and fit in and make myself so small. But your body is just a messenger between your soul and your mind and your, intention. So that's why my body broke down. And I was so happy to find a guidance to guide me on this way to find myself again and to be able not to heal myself only, but to be this person I really, in my dreams. So when I was young, I was like, I want to help people to be happy, healthy, and to follow their dreams. And I became like, no, it's not possible. I just want to be invisible. to become me again and say, yeah, that's possible. I did it. You can do it, and you can change any aspect of your
Mm.
life. When you follow your intuition, when you live your true self, and it's what
Yeah.
you do with your human design, remembering your soul print, who you came, how you are designed. We are all different. We are all unique. But we try to copy and paste and be someone else most of the time just to feel safe or love or, whatever we want to do.
Mhm.
So that's my big lessons. And it's where I love to help other people to overcome all their limitations and become who they are supposed to be. And it's when life becomes with ease, grace, effortlessly, you can reach whatever goal you want.
Beautiful. Thank you for share. I think my story is similar. We all has different set of the standards we set up for ourselves. So I think we need to get into that box. But the more and more I understand that process necessary for us to go to the contrast, like what who we are not first. So then we know there's better way. But if we never be on that against self path, then we not able to really have a clear idea of who we are and what we want. I'm a generator and you are based on your energy type, you're a manifesting generator. Generator, 70% of the population, we enjoy that busyness. We want to have something created by our hands. But just like you say, if you don't know, you may just using the wrong way to direct your energy and force you into that little box, then you feel constricted and then just feel like you don't have any passion and energy.
I mean, every stage, it's like for me, the biggest one is when you are 18 going out of high school and everybody knows where they want to go. And I don't know, I just want to help people. And I was questioning, what do you do? What do you do? And because I really lost this connection with myself. I learned that if I want to help, the healing, facilitating the healing, you have to be in hospital, medical field. And I said, okay, yeah, fine. That's good for me. I was excited. I signed up to become a radiation therapist, working with patients with cancer. And it was my big dream, like to understand the body and to go deep into the body and why somebody break down and to help people with cancer. And the first day I went to the hospital, it was an internship. I was like, oh my gosh, again, I'm like, I thought I was here to facilitate in healing, but the way I'm wired as a highly sensitive, it's like I can see the human body and what people say about their lives and themselves, but beyond that, I can see and hear kind of their soul say, but they have this potential to be there, their dream, what they want. And I can see they're mad and all this frustration and limitations. And I
Mhm.
could feel their body in stress. And I'm like, there's no way they can heal if they have so much stress and emotion and sadness. And I was looking around me and I said, nobody sees this. And I was like so overwhelmed. And I was
Mhm.
like, I don't understand life. I don't love this work, but I cannot work in hospital. I was so overwhelmed, waking up at night, dreaming about the patients. I'm not here for them. I need to find the solutions. So I had forced myself to study, to pass the exam, to have my certifications and everything. But I said, there is no way I can work in hospital. So I just wanted to be financially independent, get 9 to 5 job. And, I was creative. So I said, okay, maybe I can use marketing, interior design, but the same, I couldn't hold a 9 to 5 job because I was in someone else's head, my manager, my coworker, and I was so overwhelmed with all the situation
Mhm.
and what's going on that I
Yeah.
couldn't keep a job. And so it took me decades. I said, it's what really bring me joy. I'm like in the flow. It's intuitive. I don't think about it. I love it. But
Mhm.
then came back my fears again. Painting is good, but you need money. So the kind of feeling was like so, again, overwhelming for me. So
The joy is really when we reconnect with who we are and we start to feel this effortless things coming out and just have fun and we don't even remember time. Based on what you share, you are very open, download a lot of information from everybody around you. You have a lot of open centers among the 9 energy center in the human design chart, particularly the root and the head, the two pressure center coming down for idea and coming out to survive. If people you associate with, they have fear or they have past experience, they just want to survive. They are living in that survival instincts that will easy get into your system. Then if you don't have way to really process it healthily, you would just hold on for a little bit. Particularly those is even you process one, a new one will come in because you are
Yeah.
wide open. So for you, this is really a great, I would say, the boot camp. Even you don't enjoy it most of the time, but for you, actually, you become the expert. You're a master about dealing with the pressure from the head and pressure from the root. You mentioned about you are a certified medical intuitive and qigong. Would you like to share some of that?
Yeah, yeah. I love Qigong. I didn't know anything about Qigong before my burnout, but when I listened to my intuition, I went on the Google search, and it's what resonates the most with all the modalities out there. And it's the fact that it's part of a traditional Chinese medicine. They found traces in caves, they were practicing Qigong 5,000 years ago. And I was like, oh my, when you believe our ancestors knew how to take care of their body before
Mhm.
we lost this connection. It's what I teach. We lost this connection with our mind, body, and soul. And she can't get this practice of bringing back this energy. We are ready. So how do you do if you make the flow of energy, work again? You restore any tissue, any part of your body at the physiological level. But also you can clear your mind, find clarity, confidence, and clear any blocks, that are not just physical symptoms, because you bring back this energy. Outside, we are one with the universe, with the trees and everything. We are made of the same, we are electrons and particles. And when we flow back this energy, everything come back. So I did listen to my intuition, and they say, I saw so many videos of people, healing anything. So I say my body was, I couldn't recognize myself in the mirror, but I said, okay, I'm going to do it. And Chi means life force energy. Kong, it's the effort you do to practice. So of course you have to, it's a self practice. You cannot say, oh, I'm just going to do half an hour and I'm good, like for life. No. So I was guided to do like 1 hour a day outside barefoot, as you get all this energy from Earth. And in a week, like I was like, oh, I don't recognize myself. All my inflammation, started to go. I was flexible. I have so much energy. I used to nap 2 or 3 times a day. And I was like, I don't need that anymore.
Oh,
Because I was practicing every day and believing that it's possible. Like you said, grounding with earth energy, your feet on it, and the heaven energy above your head, and really connecting those two fields of energy and just bringing more energy into your tissue everywhere. All my organs starting to work to their full potentials again. And slowly everything went away, and I starting to, even to age so fast during this time of my burnout that I was looking like 20 years younger. I think I look younger now than before, because you can rejuvenate to, let go any wrinkles, dark circles, any puffiness or anything you want to let go. It's just stagnation of energy. So it's, you can,
yeah.
and it's what I did with Qigong. And I saw all these beautiful things happening. And then I wanted to go deeper and use my intuition to go deeper into the tissue, asking the body. The body has its own intelligence between the soul and the mind, be this messenger. So when we tune in into whatever symptoms, if you feel overwhelmed or you have a physical symptom, we ask what's going on, what do you need to heal this, because it's not part of who you are, it's your limitation. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
where,
Yeah.
with the intuition, I can tune in and change and release the stagnation of energy.
Yeah. No wonder you can see people's energy because you really just open, right? That's like you say, you can see all the suffering and sadness and and other than only see the body, like a lot of people only see
Yeah.
that level. But for you, because you got the far side of vision in a way, because in your profile, you're 6'2", and the 6 is related to personality, and the 2 is related to the design, which is the essence side of the energy expression. So then the 6 in that line, usually we call it like a teacher or call it sage or someone just have that, sit on the rooftop. They can see everything. So they are sometimes overloaded in a young age. They don't really know how to deal with information. The design side, you're 2. That is the person's very reflective. It's like we call it a hermit. So they are actually has all the innate wisdom already, They just need the right timing, the right release or activation so they can start to embody their wisdom. So you're a 6'2" manifesting generator. I can definitely see you're going to be a teacher. You already are, right? You're already teaching all the good things because that is your insights. It's not from the textbook because you know on your experience and also that really help you and help others to move the energy the right way. Even we cannot really shortcut everything, but we can make a choice. So the choice can be more benefit for us. So we can navigate the journey with more joy, not struggle or stress or anger. When we don't know, we are like in the dark, right? It's like, why I have to do this? Why I have to do that? But if you have a roadmap, understand your flow, understand your different design and experience, for me, I become more self-accepting. I don't really judge myself that much anymore. I still compare living in the different polarities, but I can see myself, I have a less of this destructive judgment. I can turn the judgment become a tool so I can make a better choice. You might have a similar situation to go through this process, go through the, I would say, negative or challenging situation, but now you're using that as a fuel, like just push you to the other direction. Yeah. I just curious about what the first step you do for them to realize they have all the power, have all the wisdom.
Yeah, so that's the same. I connect, and for me, it's sometimes it's hard to imagine how people function, because when someone say like a friend, you don't want to go deeper, but you say, "Oh, how am I doing?" And I'm like, I don't know, because I see you, your physical body, what you say to me, but beyond, I see what you don't want to talk about, or oh, she has this big dream, but she's not ready for it because she has all this fear and limitation. There is all this information coming in, and I have to be very careful and listen to the person in front of me to see what they are ready to listen to, hear or not, about their truth. And but it's a gift now before for me, like, oh my gosh, I'm telling people this and that and giving so many information, and they were scared and looking at me like, you are making these things up. And I understand that, and I like the sticks too, like you explained, though, because I see myself be teaching since I'm young. My first vision of myself, I could see myself in front of people and like a teacher. But all my life was, first decade was like, well, who I am to teach what? I mean, that's why I turned down this vision. So there's no way, I'm nobody. Like, it's so pretentious of me to think that I could teach something to someone. But it's like the hero journey, I have to go up with all this difficult time to find myself and to become, now I'm like in my visions, I'm doing it, writing this book and be able now to do a book tour and explain to people how you work with different levels between your soul, your mind and body, how this work together and how you can change your life or get where you want to be in life. So that's amazing. And I like the two because, yeah, I can tell that before I was in the doing, and I have no time for myself. And that's why I burn out, but now I know I need to recharge. I love the silence. Like I did a 1 week silent retreat with no eye contact, no way to talk to someone, no time for, no way to write or to go on your phone or anything for 1 week. And I was like, that was the most beautiful part of, of my journey, because it's when you are very connected with your soul and you receive so much information about yourself and you reconnect with who you are and you remember all these things about you. And it was so beautiful. So I know I need those times of reflections, of silence, nature, to recharge and to be more reflective on what happened, how can I help more people. I like to call it between my soul and myself, because I'm just messenger. I came to it like to be a messenger and help other people.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just want to be the best version and not hide or find any excuses not to do that anymore.
So one of the tool I really get deeper is called gene keys. So gene, we talk about a lot of things relate to our genetic, the heritage and the lineage, which is important because that can tell us so much our ancestor had experienced. And they are all in there. We're carrying on all these memories in the energy form, in the
Yeah.
DNA imprinting. So we have the whole sets of the memory or wisdoms from our ancestor within us, right? So for me, gene keys become a tool to talk to myself. You can stay in the shadow, which is the default, all this anger and triggers. But then through the letting go and release, accepting, then we start to flow our consciousness higher. So I use gene keys like reflecting tool. Then I also understand I have a choice. So everything happened at the same time. Like I don't need to wait 30 years to be happy because that's just choice in that moment. In the dark, I don't even know I have a choice until I know it's my own perception. I think I don't have a choice, but it's not the fact. And so I using the tool to understand there's a path. I come down here. What is my purpose and why I actually attract experience through relationships, through environmental changes, all that. So if you're okay, I would like to share your Pearl sequence. That is relate to our business vocation and prosperity. Is that okay? I can share your profile here.
Yeah, I would love to. Yes, of course.
Okay. So like I mentioned about it's the past, it's a roadmap, but it's based on my own contemplation. It's getting very close to what I have experienced in the past because I'm unaware. I'm living in the dark. So actually just follow through the script without awareness. Then we have a chance to go back to visit all those patterns we create through our childhood, through our teenager years, and the adults try to fit into the society. The pearl sequence is the point once we become aware, we start to balance both. Life become more like easy peasy and the flow. You're clean, you're open, then you're not trapped with other people's emotion because you can choose not to entertain with those. So the first sphere in the pearl sequence we call vocation. So there's four spheres on that sequence. So vocation, culture, personal branding or life work, and that quantum structure, there is a pearl in the middle. Our life actually just the whole life's a pearl sequence. We have go through challenges and heartbroken business and disappointments and all that. But then we can also have like a self-love, self-care, joy with all the things we do, we choose to enjoy. Then that combination become the ingredients for our pearl. So the vocation for you in the first sphere in the pearl sequence, you are 41.4. So the number is based on the hexagram from 1 to 64. So each line has yin and yang, masculine and feminine. So you have a 64 different combinations. So 2 times 6 times, it becomes 64 different archetypes. And for 41, this is very unique key. 41 is the starting point when we start to contribute. So we come here is not just to enjoy ourselves. We have our role and functions. We need to feedback what we have and to others. And you are line 4, the 6 different line. So each sphere, the line also indicate different thing. So for this vocation is the role for your business. You are actually a starter. You start to have a brand new business. And number 4 is the sales. You need to promote, let people know you have something you can exchange because they need help. They just stuck in there. But you have this tool techniques, right? So for your role in your business, you need to just go out. Then you construct your offer. Then you have to offer it. In the beginning, you might feel a lot of fantasy. Like you can paint the big picture. You're doing, doing that. So you become more floating. But since you practice Qigong and everything, you know how important the grounding need to be in place, right? So you start to really knowing where you're going. So you can anticipate something will happen to you, particularly your insights, your six, right? You are actually start to see something, not just the fantasy anymore. It's a roadmap ahead of you. You just need to go on, take that initiative, right? And to offer people. So when you outreach people, even you're selling, people don't feel pressure. They just feel like nice to be with you. That kind of feeling. So that's your vocation. Then you go to culture. Culture in that pearl sequence indicate the structures of your business. So your key is 36 and the line is 6. So from 1 to 6 is different structure for the business. 1 is the individual, 2 is a partnership, and 3 is units like family units, 3 or 4. Then you have a network, 4, and then you have 5 society, that's a global society. Then 6 is the system. So you are the system, which means you actually create an environment for your client. You don't need to be there. What you teach is teach their innates. They already got everything. Then you exchange knowledge to support them, and they are on their way to heal. So that's your best system. The 36 low vibration is the turbulence. Think about when you start to create something new. Particularly, you have open head, you have all this idea floating around you, and so you will feel chaos doing this, doing that. Not really sure, but you eventually you will find a way because you be there. You just life can be so chaotic if you don't know where you're going, or you're using the wrong energy. Particularly manifesting generator, you got worse. You fast. So if you not know how to manage that energy, your burnout become very fast for you too. So that is your business culture key. Then you go to the personal brand or life work. That number is 35, line 6. So 35, that is the energy you always want to move ahead. You want to proceed your goal. So when you have this marching energy, right? You want to do and go places, that's for sure. But also in the same time, if you're not knowing where you're going, and you will get into the hunger to go places. That means you just want to go. The drive become just want to go places. Other than that's the purpose I go to that place. And the low vibration, you only see that as the drive you want to do, but you don't know why. But when you more mature and also you clean yourself out, you experience different tools and techniques, you start to realize I don't need to go a lot of places. I just need to go where I need to go and align with my goal. Right. So eventually you can be boundlessness. That means you're just like a wind or lights. You're not limited to one place or two places. Your vocation, your culture, and personal branding create a perfect environment for you to serve others by sales, products or services and give them the system to activate themselves. Then with that quantum structure, your pearl, that number is 51 and the line number 4. So 51, I have that one too. This is very, very, very magical. So with the 51 people are easy to be awake. So you go through all the shocks, you start to losing out your boundary inside your body, your trap, energy, your ancestor lineages. Everything in there start to lose. So that's your pearl with all the experiences, challenges, learning, and excitements. You just become fully awake. So that's your pearl.
That's beautiful. Thank you. I love it. Yeah, it really resonate with me, with my business, where I want to be and, what I'm doing. Like you said, the book, meet people, doing a workshop in person or online to be to the right place. I'm a kind of explorer. I love to travel, but I love to travel to emissions. Like you said, like people are waiting for me. There is a purpose to this travel or something. And the same, like you said, the system, yeah, it's ready to have online programs that people can take whenever they're ready or, attracted to it, and they can do it on their own, they don't even need to be there. It's to follow the book, the instruction, the method. And it's all about remembering that all the answers you're looking for are inside of yourself. And most of the time, go outside, but everything is there. And
Yes.
spending your time within you, with your mind, body, spirit, you can get all the answers that you need to fast track to your, success, to health, to whatever you want to manifest in this life. It's really who I am.
Well, yeah, we also appreciate you have to go through all this hardship first all the
Yes.
challenges, right? Thinking you're going to die in that moment. And the voice, that's the open heads, because the voice can come in anytime you need it. That's
Mm,
actually our higher self. They are just going to guide us certain moments. But I think you accept it, allow it
yeah.
to make it happen. That is the 51. Understanding the shocks have something higher, something more profound than just the shocks.
Yeah.
Right? That become a tool for us to awake.
I think my challenge is still, that I'm not patient. I always want to know things to happen, like faster. And I don't the manifestor generator. I saw something too on the human design that I need to be patient and let things come to me and waiting for synchronicity. And sometimes for me it's hard, to say, I
Yeah.
just wait.
Yeah, it's just hard for the right strategy for generators to wait to respond. The right reactions or right response, not the reactions, is great. But most of the time, we are living the past. So our program from our lineage or our past experience in the childhood, it become like instant reaction. But that is not necessarily correct in that moment. So just like you mentioned about, we need to hold on the fire, but that's not that easy. And we just have to think about maybe have pauses. And that's how I become a tiny habit coach, because tiny habits really just hold on moments. Then you shift to a different behavior. So you can shift your mind, you shift your emotion, you can shift the urge to eat some junk food, because you just need that pause. Everybody can do it when we decide it and make that choice. Well, I'm so happy to have a conversation with you and have a lot of fun and exchange idea and insights. I wonder if people want to purchase your book or connect with you. What is the best way to find you?
Yeah, all the information are on my website. So it's my name, fabiennelouis.com. And probably the book will be out during the summer. And I'm creating this program online with videos where people can dive deeper and use this method with whatever, like when someone come to me, it's always, I tell them, describe where you are here. It's your current reality. And this is your dream reality, where you want to go. And we fast track and we let go on the way any barriers, any things going on. And like you say, it can be from your childhood, it can be from your genetics, from generations, and all these blocks on the way. It's this resistance because your subconscious doesn't want you to go to your dream reality. So we work on that. And there is a way, like to tune in and to release all this emotion, whatever belief system we are playing small and not going where we want to go in life.
Any parting message you want to share relate to prosperity?
Yeah, I mean, what I learn, and I think what people have to remember, it's we can have it all in life, but our conditioning, our programming make us believe that it's not possible, or you have to work hard, or, many things you have to believe. And prosperity for me, it's to be in this flow of creation, of abundance, not having any blocks or barrier or anything in between where your visions, your dream, your the big picture, because we all have life missions. And if we are not happy or joyful or we feel stuck or overwhelmed, it's just not you. It's just illusions. It's your fears. It's, belief system. And this, when you clear them, you can be on this fast track to whatever it's writing a book, a painting, hike a big mountain, whatever you want to do. It's possible if you, really resolve this. So prosperity for me, it's to be in this expansion level of everything is possible, not only what I see or what I did in my life, everything is possible. And you have this inner power, you are a powerful creator, anybody can get there.
Mhm. Wow, beautiful said. Thank you so much for the share. We can see things differently and we can connect people in different level. Just like you said, you can see the quantum field of the person. If everybody all the clean energy, particular generator, we actually create all this energy for the planets. So the 70% of generators not happy, and that's how the planet is not happy it now. That we can see with us manifest by that unhappiness, unfulfillments, the condition about prosperity. So, all the things and it create this reality. No one like to be in there anymore. So, but that's the same power. We just shift it, right? We can create something like this. We can recreate. that is our choice again. Well, I
Really.
really appreciate you being here, go through your journeys and provide tool and techniques for other people who might need to follow the same path and know themselves better and release their innate wisdom for being.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure. Thank you, Piming.